Good morning, everyone. Today, Bezrat Hashem, we'll start Siman Reish Nun Gimel, seif Aleph, the first chapter. But before that, we're talking about Kirah or Tanur. Those days, they used to have like a, like it was built like a box, and below down they used to put the coals or the kash or the straw or gvava, whatever it is. That was the fire. Now inside, that's called hatmona. We're not talking about hatmona, but that's one thing. You have the second part is what on top of it, insulated. Yeah. And then above that, you used to have like to put the pot, whatever it is. Some of it had two places to put two pots. Some of them one pot. Now we're going to talk Bezrat Hashem how you magdir is, kiro, tanur, mitztamek v'yofelo, mitztamek v'ralo. And when sometimes it's burning too much, it's good for him. Some burning too much, it's bad for him. So we'll see each time. Are we afraid of what? Of touching the fire or not? So let's start the Hakdama. First, we're starting, the halacha is din kirah v'tanur. Kirah is the ovens. Liten alea kderot be'erev Shabbos. To put on it what? The pot in order to warm it. So the Mishnah Brurah brings the Hakdama. What's the Hakdama? Hine. Mipnei shasiman ze rabu porotav, means there's a lot of details. וכדי שלא יתבלבל עיני הקורא, in order for him not to get mixed up, אמרתי, I told myself, להעתיק מספר מחצית השקל, פתיחה קטנה, אליה מקרא הדינים שלה, כדי שירוץ הקורא בו. One of the things has to be very simple, in order for the guy that reads, or the hears, he should be able to be attracted. Otherwise, it's just writing it, it doesn't talk to the people. Da. שיש עניין שהייה ועניין חזרה. First he tells you, it's two parts. One is shehiyah, she means leaving the pot. Erev Shabbos, you leave the pot. And if the pot, the food, the cholent, whatever it is, gets burned during Shabbos it gets cooked more. And yayan chazara means it was burning on Shabbos, you took it out, now you want to put it back. Happens a lot of times. So he's magdi, what is shehiyah and what is chazorah? And on top of that, we have a machlokes Chanina and Rabban. So shehiyah, what is it? Mikra shenoten Tavshil Erev Shabbos. He put cook the cholent in Erev Shabbos. Al gabei kira, on top of that oven. Lo derech hatmana, not way of what of how you say hatmana, Bishua.
It's insulated.
Insulated. Umanicho oimed al gabei akira, uksheba notlo me'akira. That's simple. He wants to use it. He takes it off. That's simple. Doesn't look as a problem. So we're going to see if you need a Gerufa or Ketuma. We're going to talk about it in a minute. Chazorah mean, what does that mean? Mikre sheinicha me'erev Shabbos. He put it in Erev Shabbos. Al gabei kira. U'b'Shabbat notlo me'akira. He took it off from the oven. And now v'rotze la'achzira shenit. He wants to put it back the second time. Al gabei kira. He wants it to continue becoming warm. Or in it, whatever it is. This is the simple case of returning it back, the pot, to the oven, during Shabbos. That's going to talk on Siman base. We're not going to talk right now. So first we have the concept of what is called shehiyah, leaving it before Shabbos. That's the simple case. Chazorah means it was before Shabbos, and during Shabbos he took it off, and I want to return it back. Are you allowed or not? What is the cases? That everybody agrees or not? So on that we have the machlokes Chanina and Rabban. Okay? So according to Chanina, we're saying that you don't need the kiro, Gerufa or Ketuma, means you don't have to take out. If it was what? Kemachal ben Derusa'i, before Shabbos, means to say that's half cooked or third cooked. So you don't have to take out the Gerufa or Ketuma, you don't have to take out, what do you call it? take out all the coals out. Yeah, you can have the coals out. It doesn't. Since you want it to be cooked and you're not afraid that you that you're going to touch the fire because it's already really considered cooked, so that's okay. Now, when you need when you need that there shouldn't be any garuf, means to say that that you took out all the coals. Ketuma means you have the coals, but you put on it dirt or sand. Mimele, it's not adding and not adding any heat. So that's only when if it's just started to get cooked, but it didn't get to be cooked. At least a half or quarter of a bishul. What happens if it's not cooked at all? It's a raw meat. Then according to anyone, you just leave it over there. We're not afraid because what? It's not going to die because it's going to take a long time to be cooked. So you don't have to be worried. Yeah? And what happens if it's cooked complete? Yeah? And the more it cooks, it just ruins it. It burns it. So then it's not going for cotton because we're not afraid he's going to do extra work because he's afraid he's going to burn the food. What happened? That shitas who we said that shitas Hananiah. Chachomim are more machmir, the more extreme. They said if it's only cooked half or third, it's forbidden to put it if it's not Garuf and cotton. Or you have a Tavshil with stomach v'yoflo. The more it cooks, it's better. We're also afraid because maybe it's going to touch the fire, and that has to be only way to be muto if it's cooked complete before Shabbos. And the more you burn it, it's ruining it. Then you don't have to take out the coals or cover the coals. But otherwise, you have to. You're not allowed to do. You have to take it out. What's the halacha? According to the Riv and the Rambam, they hold like Chachomim Techumra. And that's the first sheet that we're going to see in the Shulchan Orach. Rashi and Toyses hold like Chanin and Lakula. And that's like the second sheet that we're going to see in the Shulchan Orach. So we're just going to start to read. That was the Akdom. Kirah she'asuya k'gdira v'shotfim al pi ha'kdira lemala. You put in top. It makes like a hole. You have a place to put the pot there, the cholent there. ויש במקום שפיטת שתי גדרות. It's space for two pots. אם הוסקה בגפת, שהיא פסולת של זיתים או עצים, אסור ליתן עליה תבשיל מבודיום, להשעות עליה. אלא אם כן יתבשל כל צורכו, והוא מצטמק ורע לו. Why? We have two conditions. Has to be the what? That it was cooked complete. And second of all, the more it cooks, it ruins the food there. The lessen over there, it's logically, the more you touch the fire, it's going to ruin the food. So then everybody agrees that what? Then it's allowed. Or shaya chai, shalom bashel kal. Let's say if it was cooked complete, then you know for sure it's not gonna because it's not gonna help by touching the fire because it has to cook. It's at least 3, 4, 5, 10 hours. There's no point to touch the fire. It's like his mesich das. He removes his mind from it. The kevan shu chai mesich dato mimena ad lemochor bechol halayla lemochor bechol halayla yachol yitbashel b'li chitui. It can be cooked the whole night without even touching. So there's no point to touch. So we're not afraid. Maybe he's going to touch it. Avo, it's going to do a little bit more. Avo, im nizbashel ktsas. If it was cooked a little bit, as we said. Velo nizbashel kol tzor. It wasn't cooked complete. Vafilu nizbashel kol tzor. Even though it was cooked, the whole thing, the more you cook it, the more it becomes more juicy, better. Chayim, we're afraid. Shema yichate, we're afraid maybe it's going to touch the coals, it's going to play around with it. Then it's even din of mavir. Also, then it's forbidden to leave it on it. Elam can only if in two conditions. Garaf, what is on Garuf? Dainu shotzim and kol Garuf. You took out all the coals. Or katam. What?
Raked. You raked it.
Raked it.
Yeah.
או קטם, דהיינו שכיסה גחלים באפר למעט חומו. Or that he raked it, or that he covered the coals with afer, and then it will lowers down the heat, so then there's no point. ואם נתן בחתיכה חיה, but if you put a live meat, מותר, then it's allowed. Why? כי לא הייתה כולו חיה, the whole piece is alive. That it doesn't think about it. Because he knows it has to be cooked the whole night, there's no point to touch it. He says, Mesir das. The afilo ena Gerufa, even though it's not what? Raked it. Pirush, shemashach gechalim me'atanur. O Ketuma. Pirush, shekisa gechalim be'efer. Mutar. Mutar לסמוך לה קדירה בסמוך חוצה לה. ואם עוסקה בקש או בגבבה, מותר לשהות עליה, אפילו אינה לא גרופה ולא כתומה. Okay, we'll stop over here. We said that's the first pirush. And so tomorrow we'll continue more detail because this issue is a practical question every Shabbos. What is it in the plata? Is that considered going for Ketuma or not? That's what we have to put, tinfoil on top of it in order to remove it from Gerufa and Ketuma. So B'ezrat Hashem we'll talk about more. At least you saw the introduction. Now it will be easier to learn it better. I want to wish everyone a good day today.